Today I'm going to show you guys the green and the green dot trails. We will be accessing the entrance of the green trail to start out with via the blue trail. Now there are two different entrances to the green path. The reason I'm showing you the one that's closer to Birchwood Lake is that the other entrance is kind of confusing. As you can see, that's the green dot trail, but for now we're just going to continue to the right here. As you can see, it's far more woodsy, less marshy, less swampy, less grown up, as we are in the far southeast portion of the Tourne. The farther away you get from Rattlesnake Meadow, the more woodsy and less marshy it becomes. Anyway, as you can see, we're crossing sort of a side path here. The main green trail goes straight forward and you walk past this bench here. But as you can see, this used to be the old green trail. So again, you're kind of navigating four different trails. The original green and blue trails, and then the new updated green and blue trails as you're walking around here. That being said, when in doubt, just follow the green marks on the tree. Now, one interesting feature of this trail are the stone walls associated with it. Keep in mind, however, that when you do come to this point, you need to take a hard left here to remain on the green trail. As you can see, there's other side trails to the right, which I believe used to be the original green trail, and if you take them, you can actually get closer to a stone wall, and so that's what we're going to do. So if you're just on this trail by yourself and you want to stay in the path, take a hard left here. But I just want to show you guys some of the stone walls here. Anyway, you can see a bunch of stones together here and in the distance, and they function as sort of a border or wall between the far southeastern entrance of the Tourne and the surrounding neighborhoods. And you can see another wall directly in front of us of stones. And of all the walls at the Tourne, this is probably the largest, not in terms of length and the total area it covers, but when you're just evaluating the structure itself, how wide it is. It's actually very interesting. And so I'm not going to go up to it and inspect it closely. I've done it before because I'm going to feature all the stone walls at the Tourne that I can access in a video this fall or winter. But just as an FYI, as you're coming along the green trail, instead of taking a left, if you take a right on a couple of side paths that I think used to be part of the green trail, you can see this stone wall. It's pretty cool. And there's another portion, as you see, it kind of runs parallel to the green path. There's another portion that heads straight back. But anyway, we're going to head back to the green path. And so now we will continue on the green path and we will take a left. As you can see, we come to a crossroads. In order to stay on the green trail, we go to the right, and the green dot trail, which runs through the center of the green trail, you can access here, which I'll show you in a little bit. I apologize if my narrating isn't that good. I feel like I'm doing a below average job today. But as you can tell, I haven't traveled on the blue and green trails as much as the others, and with all the changes they've made, it's actually kind of difficult to narrate, walk, look out for bears, dogs down on leashes, stay on the trail, and point out interesting features of it all in the same breath. And as you can see, we are now approaching the end of the green trail. And you can sort of see why it was so difficult to stay on the trail as I was narrating. This path right here, I think, is the original blue trail. The new blue trail loops off to the left here and goes around and eventually heads toward the parking lot. And then you have kind of two tiny side paths here that link up with the blue trail here, but then you have this marking for the green trail, and so it's kind of hard to tell. If you walk on the blue trail ahead, you can reach the entrance where we started from. So now I'm going to show you guys the green dot trail that travels through the center of the green trail. This is a very short path. The main green trail is roughly circular, and the green dot trail functions as a sort of radius traveling through the center of it. Maybe not quite the center, but maybe a third of the way up. I'd say this path isn't even 1/10 of a mile long. I'd say it's maybe 100 yards long, maybe a little more. I don't really know what the purpose of this path is. I guess if you don't want to travel all the way up the main path, which is higher in elevation, you want an easier route, I guess that's why they did this. And as you can see, we just completed it. That's the green dot path.